Welcome to Tamie Nation. Let's go.
I've been running from 9 to 5, been biting my tongue for all this time. Won't let anyone cut me short. I was thinking this was the way to go, and you put up your puppet show. I say cheers to life. No, I'll be no good man. Just leave me alone. I'm running the show. I'm telling you, it's my time to rise up. Live the life I'm proud of. No, you better go home.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Tamie Nation tonight. It is March 20th, and it has been a few since I've been on my own channel, you guys. So I thought with everything happening possibly with Mr. T, it'd be a good time to pop on. Plus, I have a personal connection to this as I have to head to Metro Atlanta Airport tomorrow afternoon/evening to pick up some out-of-town company that's coming to stay with me for the week. So I thought, what great timing is this that I have to head out into Atlanta when all this possibly could be going down. We don't know what's going to go down with Mr. T. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to pop on and have a conversation with you guys about this and give you some of my thoughts on it and what I've found out, what I've been looking at that's been on the web for the last few days. And maybe you guys could let me know what you think as well. But first and foremost, it's good to be back in the saddle here again with you guys. Like I said, it's been a hot minute. I've been having some crazy work hours. So I've just been going on other channels here and there. And like I said, I have an out-of-town company coming tomorrow evening. I'm going to try to get up tomorrow and make time to do a devotion, you guys. And then I will probably not be on much after that for the week while I have out-of-town company in. Thanks, Kim. I'll probably do some shorts. I've been having fun with shorts because I'm like, you know what, if I've got to be at work, I might as well do a couple shorts so I can at least touch base with you guys for a few minutes. But while my family's here out of town, I have to say it's the first time, you guys, in 3 years that I've been able to see my mom and my aunt. You know, everything that went down and with traveling and everything else, I wasn't able to see them. So I'm thrilled beyond measure that I get to spend some time with my mom and my aunt. You're never too old to spend time with your mom. If you're lucky enough to have your mom or your dad still when you get our age, I think that it's a blessing. So I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, I'm going to miss you guys too, but I'll just take that week off. And then when I come back, hopefully I'll have more footing and be on some more, try to get more consistency with being on. And with that said, let's get on to what we're going to talk about tonight, which is Mr. T. We all know what may come down tomorrow. Mr. T was saying that he'll get an indictment and that he may be arrested tomorrow. What's going to happen with that as far as will he be in long? Will he not be in long? I doubt he's going to be in very long. We know that he'll probably be in and out. But the things that concern me are, thank you, Sharon Mercer. I'm really going to have a good time with my family, I hope. Like I said, I'll do some shorts so that way you guys can keep you posted and stuff like that. But as far as tomorrow, I don't know the timing or anything. I haven't seen the timing of it. I haven't heard about the indictment actually coming down yet. But the thing that concerns me is because if anything happens, whether, people think it's not going to. I know that they are actually mobilizing protective units in riot police, actually in NYP in New York already. They've got 700 riot police that they have out there already protecting the area and stuff. And I know that that's a concern right there. I saw the gear that they have on. I saw the barriers they're putting in place, and they're actually doing the barricades and security cameras. It's outside the Manhattan Criminal Court and Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Briggs' office ahead of the indictment. So it's protection on that. There's so many different articles and stuff that are around, and different things that people are putting out there. There's plenty on the internet for you guys to check out and stuff. But my thing is, if I'm heading down to the ATL, hey, Kim Ellen, my thing is, if I'm heading to Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, I would just hopefully prefer, obviously there's concern that whatever's going to go down goes down before or after, and it's not going to all these different cities, and that we all stay calm and stuff, because we know that there are protesters out there, and whether they're calm or not, we know what happened with the J, you know what number, and what happened to those protesters and stuff. So you have to, if you do head out, I'm not going to say go out or not go out. That's your personal choice. But I'm just going to say be very careful, because, they are putting different kinds of military and National Guard in different places. And ATL is one of the places, obviously, it would probably be. So me going to the airport, I do have concerns. I just, so if you guys could pray for me, I'd really appreciate it. Hey, Rising Phoenix, good to see you too. That'd be amazing, because, prayer does amazing things, and that's just going to help me feel a little more secure, knowing that you guys will be more than willing to have prayer behind me as I head down to the ATL tomorrow. I'm sure everything's going to be fine, but that extra prayer and that extra thought is going to make me feel a lot better. I know that there are also in Lower Manhattan, there is Right Side Broadcasting did cover a little protest / rally. They called it both in Lower Manhattan this afternoon, early evening. And there's a bunch of people gathered there in support of Donald Trump, of course. And we know these are going to pop up probably all over, but New York and the area, that's going to be probably the mainstay for all of this. And, I just hope that everything goes smoothly, calmly, and that if people are out there protesting or supporting whatever you want to name it, that, hey, Larry P., that it's going to be okay for everybody, because we have a right to do that, and our rights shouldn't be taken away to do that. Mr. T, also, if you guys did not catch it, there is a national prayer going on for DJT, and Roger Stone and General Flynn were actually on talking about it and stuff. And Donald came on, Mr. Trump came on, and he sounded very calm, cool, calm, and collected. He said, basically was making jokes, even, because he says, this is what it is. It happens. It's going to go down. Everybody just be calm, be peaceful. Thank you for the support. And when they went to ask him a question, and they started having all these technical difficulties, and it just kind of went awry, and it didn't make any sense. And all of a sudden, Mr. Trump was gone. But he had made a joke at one point when the technical difficulties were occurring. He was saying, that's the radical left messing with my prayer call. They're trying to mess with that. So the point is, if you didn't hear him on this national prayer call interview that he did this afternoon with Roger Stone and General Flynn, Clay Clark, I believe, was on there, and somebody else. He did sound calm. He sounded like normal President Trump. He wasn't concerned, and he was being jovial and being able to make jokes. So if he's the man that all this is coming down hard on, if he can be lighthearted and stay positive, we should too. And it's ironic how there's been talk for years about, the first arrest will shock the world. And people are like, don't buy into that. We don't buy into all this stuff. And then here it is. Not only is Donald talking about Mr. Trump, I mean, the news networks are talking about it. Everybody's talking about it. And here's something from a couple years ago. Nobody thought anything was going to come true about it. And here we are, like the eve of it possibly happening, with him talking about it. Now, I didn't suspect back a couple years ago, when this was circulating around about this arrest, that that the main media would be talking about it. I thought the left would be like, bragging and talking about it like they do, but I certainly didn't expect it to be how it is on both sides, and everybody putting their opinion out there. And I guess the thing is, we just need to pray, because many times he has told us, hey, Summer Rose, good to see you too. Last time what was I going to say? Last time we talked about this, you know, it was this conspiracy, and it was just, you know, not anything to worry about. And here it is. It's happening. It's the eve of, with DJT talking about it himself. So whatever your stance on it is, you guys, if you could just pray, you know, take it easy. Don't get all worked up over it, because like I said, if the man who all this is coming down on is calm about it, we need to be calm about it too. Also, Mike Davies came out on Fox today. He's the founder and president of the Article 3 project. And he said, what's behind this indictment? You know, he's talking about these Dems are going after this and trying to do this. And really, it's going to be political unaliving, because I can't say the other word, really, because what they're going after him, when there's really no need to go after him. It's just, you know, it's for political game, but it's really going to work against them, he feels. And he said this doesn't make sense. And if you're going to do this, you go do it across the board, because we all know the people on the other side, that family that's in the administration now, the family, the Bidens, we know all the stuff and all the paperwork and all the paper trails and all the wheelings and dealings that have been let out via three-letter agency papers and stuff. We see validation of all that went on with the laptops, et cetera, et cetera. And here they are. I guess because of that, they're trying to distract again using Donald Trump. So I think the best thing to do is just take a breath and stand back. I know we all have fatigue over all of this political stuff. Even myself, I haven't covered it in a long time. But tonight, I just really felt that it was important to come up and talk about it for a few, especially, like I said, since I have to head down to the airport. That's just kind of concerning for me, that the timing of that was absolutely crazy. Who could time that better? Also, along Trump Tower, it's really messy over there. There's a bunch of protesters out there in New York at Trump Tower, and there's already confusion going on, because some people are saying these aren't the real supporters, because they're wearing face diapers and the way they're acting. And then other people are saying that they're, you know, implants, that they're not really supporters. And then some people are saying, no, they're just tourists that happen to be there and they're supporting them. So it's already, you guys, getting messy. There's already all different kinds of things that people are saying out there about this. So just keeping calm heads, I think, is the best thing that we can do. And follow the lead of calm heads, because calm and steady, this is a long race. This is a long 2-3 years of trying to get this country back and getting the wrongs righted. And I think this is one of the pinnacles, the top tiers, the icing on the crap cake, so to speak, that we didn't think would happen, but he's telling us it's going to happen. Hey, Christopher Sandor, good to see you here too for a moment. Also, the positive thing about today, you guys, the eve of, I'm going to ask you guys in chat and see if you know, it's Barron Trump's birthday today. Is anybody going to put in chat? Give me your guess on how old you think Barron Trump turned today. I find this interesting too. So I'm going to give it a couple minutes. Type in how old you think Barron Trump is turning today. And I didn't know this. This actually put a smile on my face. So we'll see. Give you a second to type it in there. And in the meantime, Donald Trump Jr. put this out. He put this on Twitter, and he said, and I think you guys will remember this. He said, posted on Twitter, in reality, they are not after me. They are after you. I am just in the way. So do we remember when his dad said that a long time ago? There's a lot of memes that are out there. Yep, you guys are guessing it. 17 is exactly right. 17 is how old Barron Trump turned today. He's also 6 feet 8 inches tall. 6'8". That is a tall young man for 17 years old. And to be that tall, I mean, he's got at least another year to grow. I can't imagine how tall he's going to get by within another year. But yeah, thank you guys. Good guesses there. We got 17s and we got 18 and then we've got 20 in there. But so Donald Trump Jr., his son, put in there, he put that little meme up reminding us what his dad had told us, that in reality, they're not after me, they're after you. I am just in the way. And I think that's very poignant as well to say on the eve of what's going to come possibly tomorrow, is for his son to remind us of that. And then also on Twitter, for those of you who don't have it, if you do have it, you can go look at Don Jr.'s Twitter space. Hey, Mona, hey. And you can see, but DeSantis came out and made a little statement tonight. I don't know if you guys saw it, but Donald DJT Jr. posted it. And it's from through Breitbart News. And it says, despite Donald Trump being a resident of his state, DeSantis stated that he had no desire to be involved if Trump was indicted by Soros-funded DA Alvin Bragg. DeSantis actually came out and said, I have got to spend my time on issues that actually matter to the people. And I find that very interesting for him to have a statement like that, because, you know, we all know that Trump is a resident of that state. And Don Jr.'s statement regarding what DeSantis came out and said today, he said it shouldn't matter if you hate Trump or not. There isn't any issue more real and more important to push back against than Dems weaponizing the government to target their political opponents. Any Republican who can't figure that out doesn't truly understand what we're all up against. So I was kind of concerned about DeSantis coming out and saying that he doesn't care what happens with this. He says he's not going to be involved. He just wants to focus on his state, and that's all there is to it. And I just found that very interesting. So that's something, his reaction after this point, if he does make one, even though he says he's not going to be involved, I'm going to be watching for, because I find that just very interesting. I would think that as a Republican that he would put out some kind of support out there one way or the other for what's right or wrong, but to just wash your hands of it and say, I'm not getting involved in any way, you never know if they're going to come after you next, right, Mr. DeSantis? So I thought that was kind of crazy he put that out there. Hello, Irvin. It's good to see you as well. Christopher, Mona is always behaving. And yeah, Jennifer H., he was so tall, I thought he was older. And you know what? I did too. I had no idea, but 17. So I know that a lot of people are going to say, you know what, Tammy, what are you doing bringing that number up? Well, I'll tell you what, I think it's very poignant that on the eve of his 17th birthday, like I said, his dad is facing what he says he's going to be facing tomorrow. So we'll have to wait and see. Like I said, I don't have to go to Atlanta Airport until the late afternoon, early evening. So I hope whatever happens by then. Maybe nothing around here will happen at all, but we all know that Atlanta is one of the cities that when things go haywire, they seem to be ones that participate in the haywireness, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna just pray and that hope everything goes okay. You know, that airport's crazy too. Anyhow, you guys, you know, when you go through Delta, it's not as bad, but I've gone through other airlines through there, and it can be very confusing, very overwhelming. My mom has actually got a little bit of health issues going on, so she's going to need a wheelchair escort. So, you know, pray for me on that too, because it's not anything serious, but she does need the wheelchair. So she said, but come heck or high water, Tammy, I'm making it to Georgia because it's been so long since she's been here. And so I just pray that her travels out of Detroit Metro are okay too, because that's where she's flying out of is Michigan, and it's Detroit Metro. So we all know that sometimes Detroit can get a little dicey with things like this that could possibly pop and go on as well. I kind of have been staying away from seeing the different rallies, and thank you, Kim Ellen, I appreciate that. Trying to see where people are gathering or not gathering, because I almost want to not see it if it's around here, and just because I have to go, it's not like I can't go, and I don't want to be stressing all day or worrying all day about my mom and my aunt leaving out of Detroit Metro either. So I just want to try to take the prayer, cool, calm, collective route. I want to make sure not too much chaos enters in my brain over this, and that's all there is to it. So, you know, I'll just keep praying and stuff. Like I said, I'm going to try to get on tomorrow and do a little devotional or a little inspirational talk and have conversation with you guys in the morning, because after that, like I said, I don't think I'm going to be able to be on very much. the room I broadcast in is the room that is the room for my family or guests to stay in. So I can't be broadcasting when they're trying to go to bed or watch TV or whatever. So I'm just going to go ahead and just if I do anything, it'll be from my phone. And that's kind of fun, actually. I did do a couple from my phone, but I deleted them, a couple tests. So if something pops or something happens, I definitely will get on and try to do a phone broadcast real quick or whatever. And as far as what else do I have to tell you guys? Because I feel like I'm talking a million miles a minute here. But it's been, just like I said, very, very busy with work. I've been very busy trying to get the house in order. The pollen, thank the Lord. We got some cold weather. It's still cold today. So what happened is it kind of stopped the pollen. It's not as heavy as it was. And the little pollen worms that normally are really big and get really messy, they're actually small, but they're falling. So I've been cleaning that up. So I'm hoping that that has stopped. So when my company comes, we can spend time out on the back porch, because gosh, the back porch is amazing. It's screened in just to be outside. They're from Michigan, and all you guys in the cold climates know when you go head south, you're hoping for that warmer weather. So when you're on vacation, you're not having to wear jackets and stuff like you do when you're north. So my husband got that back porch all cleaned up and everything washed up today. While I did some other things around the house. So that's all ready to go for company. And I'm happy about that. So I hope it's a good time, and I hope that things are calm. I hope that I have to head to the store and pick up some supplies as well, some food and stuff. So I'm hoping that their visit goes well, that the world doesn't go into chaos, and that, like Kim said, she says, I don't think President T will get arrested. That wouldn't shock people at this point. We'll see. And you're exactly right. We don't know. Mr. T was just saying that, but who knows? That could be a play on words. It could be somebody else, and it could turn into an even better thing, better than we could hope for, because a lot of people, aren't going to be too happy about that if that happens. I'm just hoping. I know that I read some articles, and I think it was his attorney was talking with the DA and stuff. They're saying that, he's not gonna resist. He's just gonna go in, turn himself in or whatever if the indictment comes down. But they said maybe no mug shots that made public, and no handcuffs and stuff. They want it to be like a civil, calm thing, because of course, people seeing him in handcuffs and all that, some people will be yay, yay, and other people are like, oh, heck to the no. So you've got extreme feelings on both sides of the fence. And like I said, we are America. We are all united as people. We all want the same thing. We want our freedom. We want our country back. We want to have fair and honest the elections. We want to have just openness and honesty when it comes to everything, and fairness. I mean, I think the bottom line is everybody is fighting for the same thing, and how we just kind of have little disagreements of how we get there and how fast we get there. And that's a problem sometimes. And there are obviously crooked people that are up there. That's why we're in the predicament that we are in. But we just got to stand and fight, I think, a little bit longer. 2024 is not that far away. We don't know what's going to happen between now and then. We thought a lot more was going to happen before now. Yet there are still a lot of moving parts. Right. It takes a lot to get things right when they're so wrong and they're so corrupt from the bottom to the top. So we just have to bear down and hang in there. If you need to take a little time away, do that. The thing is, this is spring heading into summer. So that dark, quiet winter is pretty much over with, or some people are still on the tail end of it, experiencing cold, hard, harsh weather. But for the most part, spring is here. Things are blooming. There is some sunlight coming out into the world, not all rain, storms, and cold weather. So maybe we can just take a little bit more breaks to spend time with family, friends, and get outdoors instead of being hunkered down inside because it's too cold or nasty to go outside. There's always hope in spring, right? That's when new things bloom. That's when hope grows. That's a good time of year, I think. And we all want that. We all need that. We need that breathing room. So, hopefully it'll be good. And we're just going to give our prayers, and we're going to hope that everything goes well. And guys, I said, if you have not been able to get on Twitter, DJT Jr. has put a couple things out there. You can find it on different venues, different platforms, not just Twitter. You guys know where to go. I'm just saying, instead of get riled up or just believe one or two things that I might have covered tonight or another channel will cover, get out there and look for yourself and say some prayers and just try to stay calm, find your peace. And I guess within 24 hours, we're going to know what's really going to happen and what's not going to happen, I guess, right? So we'll see for ourselves and, try to spend the rest of the night just having a good, calm evening and, hope for the best and pray for the best. Well, I guess that's about it, guys. I was only going to go on for a little bit. I just wanted to cover those couple things that I covered. I didn't want to drag it out too long because I know a lot of you probably have fatigue from it. You've probably been already watching a lot of this unravel. And, moment to moment, more interviews are coming out with different people, and the news just keeps circulating quicker and quicker. More information comes out. We're seeing more live video from different news sources of who's gathering where and what that looks like. So it's definitely all going to be unfolding for the next 24 hours. And we'll see what happens on the other side of it. So with that, I'm going to say thank you guys very much for spending this 20-some minutes with me. I appreciate all your love and support. And I will see you sometime in the morning. I'm going to put something together. And if the meantime, if anything major breaks tonight, I'll try to hop back on here and talk about it for a few and update you guys on it. And in the meantime, once again, just thank you so much. And I love each and every one of you. And I will talk to you sometime soon, you guys. Bye.